guys, welcome back to my channel, ValdaValsha. As you can see, the backdrop has changed. Yes, I finally have all of my manga unpacked after moving, got myself some Billy bookcases for the first time ever, and I have all of my manga unpacked, which makes for a very colorful and beautiful background. I'm really excited about it. Now I gotta get all my figures unpacked, but that's for another day. But all the manga is out. I haven't done a manga haul in so long. According to my Right Stuff, the last time I collected manga was November of 2020, which is quite a long time ago. And during that time, had no idea the manga industry seems like it's kind of exploded into chaos. It's really hard to get some mangas now, even manga that is brand new. It's been a while since I've collected manga, so I have a pretty big manga haul, so let's get right on into that. So first is Moriarty the Patriot, volumes 2 to 7. I actually collected the first volume back in 2020. So right before I stopped collecting some manga. So this first volume actually features the main character, Moriarty. Then after I read the first volume, I watched the entirety of the anime. And now it's back to collecting manga, which I gotta say, the topics in the manga hit a lot harder than they did in the anime with the types of subjects that they deal with. The manga hits so heavy that sometimes I have to put it down and I have to read some fluffy shoujo. So this series is an adaptation of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. If you are familiar with the original, you may be wondering, why do Moriarty and Sherlock appear to be the same age when they are not in the actual Sherlock Holmes stories? I promise you, the authors of this adaptation actually weave this into the story in a way that actually makes sense. It's not just so that all of the cast can be attractive men, even though that's totally what it is. I am quite a sucker for men with blonde hair and red eyes, which is exactly what Moriarty is, and he's the main character. If you are a fan of true crime, also attractive men, but true crime, you will probably like Moriarty the Patriot because there's a lot of crime both being solved and also being created. It is a shonen, it is published in a shonen magazine. So I think guys will like this series as well. I actually got my husband to watch the anime with me. That said though, I do really recommend the manga. The artwork is so devilishly beautiful, especially Moriarty. Anyway, I need to stop or I'm never gonna shut up about this series. I can make a whole video talking about Moriarty the Patriot and you'll never get me to shut up about it, but I really should probably move on or this whole video is just gonna be just gushing over this series. So next is Seventh Garden, volumes 2 to 8, but missing volumes 3 and 6. So I still don't have those volumes yet, but there's only 8 volumes currently out as this series is on a perpetual hiatus. I'll talk about that later, why that's the case. But with this series, I've also had volume 1 since like 2020 forever, but I only read it this year. And then immediately after I read it, I got so hooked onto it, I had to read the rest of it. So I read it all online because I couldn't contain myself. And I've been slowly trying to like get the series and get it all collected. This is a fantasy story involving basically demons and angels. Also, I just really love the colors and the spines. So the covers feature basically demons or angels, whichever ones they are. And then the spines basically feature the person that they are either like contracted with or have some kind of connection with. So you basically have the angels, the demons on the covers, and then whoever is kind of related to them on the spine. I just thought that was a really like unique artistic choice. But like I said, this story is unfortunately on hiatus and has been on hiatus since 2017. The author switched magazines and it was supposed to continue, but rather than continuing, a few months later, she released a new series. So this one, Seventh Garden's on a hiatus, and now she's working on Magas of the Library, which I have right here, which currently has 5 volumes. And just like Seventh Garden, I knew this would happen. I should have bought them all at once. I only bought 1 volume, fell in love with it, and now I crave more. But this one features a child named Theo, who's on the front cover here. He's a mixed race child who is in the middle of a desert village and absolutely nobody there looks like him. So he is the only character there who has like pale skin, green eyes, and also pointed ears, which you can't really see on the cover. His hair's kind of covering it. Because he looks so different, he is the subject of bullying by other kids. He's ignored by the adults there. There's very few people who are kind to him, and he finds his solace and comfort in the world of books, which is what he escapes to. The art in this book is just so gorgeous. I love mangas that make you slow down while you're reading just to like fully take in and appreciate the gorgeous art that has gone in. The landscapes, the beautiful creatures, just everything in Magus is so beautifully drawn. Like, I just like going back to appreciate the scenes because it's so intense. There's so much detail. The art is absolutely gorgeous in this. There's one scene in particular that goes from like kind of a blank canvas and then it fills it in with so much detail. It's like right here where the character is going, I shall build the world. And then the next page, it's all filled in and it's so gorgeous. I love going in between those scenes and like appreciating the detail because you see like the before and after and like all the detail that just goes into that artwork. It's so pretty. Like, I'm so excited to read more volumes. Volume 1 was so good. Please read this. I don't see anybody talking about this one and I want more people to read Magus. So continuing on with absolutely gorgeous art, I picked up volumes 7 and 8, of which had Atelier, which feature both Coco, and then on volume 8 is Tarta. So this is another series with volume 1 alone I fell absolutely in love with. Felt stupid for not collecting the rest of the series right away. So this story is about a girl, Coco, who accidentally enters the world of witches because she accidentally used black magic. And because she entered the world of witches this way, she's treated like an outsider. People are afraid of her. Basically, an outsider joining the world of witches is very unheard of in their world. The people who are witches and the people who aren't witches are very much separated. That being said though, there is an opposing faction of the witches who call themselves the Brim Hats, who claim to be the true witches. They believe that the current world of witches is basically wrong, that they are keeping too many secrets from regular people and that shouldn't be allowed. I'm so excited. This series got an anime announcement. I don't know who the studio is going to be. I don't think it's been announced yet, but I'm so excited. I hope it gets a good studio because this series is very well loved and it's doing really well. It's apparently won 2 awards, which I'm not gonna lie, very happy that it's won awards. Not happy that they're just blatantly on the covers and you can't remove them. Look at these, and then look at these, and like tell me that doesn't bother you. It bothers me. Am I crazy that this bothers me and doesn't seem to bother anyone else? I don't think I am. It throws it off.
Stop it.
It throws it off. All right, so now I have Nicola Traveling the Demon's World Volume 4. This is a 4-volume series. I am so sad that it ends at Volume 4 because it is so funny and cute. The story is about Nicola, who enters the demon's world. She basically kind of collapses on the side of the road. Then she gets discovered by this demon named Simon, who's a traveling merchant. And she's pretty lucky that he was the person who found her because humans are both kind of like detested and feared in the demon's world. They are not fond of humans, but Simon is a traveling merchant. So he sees a lot of weird stuff. That includes weirdos like Nicola. But I don't think he expected her to get him into so much trouble as she does. The series is quite cute and funny. It's very wholesome as well. Volume 4 is dedicated to the ending and it exceeded my expectations. Far too often do series have like a good beginning, a good middle, and then a rushed ending. But that's not the case with Nicola. If you've never heard of it, definitely check out Nicola Traveling Around the Demon's World. It's cute, it's funny, it's adorable, and it's so incredibly wholesome. I would like to continue filming, but I've run into a slight issue. How do you move cat? How do you move cat? This is volume 8 of the case study of Vanitas. I have the rest of the series right here. With volume 8, I'm caught up. The best way that I could describe this series is basically French steampunk vampires. But basically the series is about a vampire doctor who's trying to heal vampires who are suffering from being like contaminated and turning into monsters, and then a vampire named Noe who joins him in helping him to cure these vampires. You have like these vampire hunters too who are absolutely determined to just exterminate vampires, like no questions asked. They just want all vampires gone. They consider them an abomination against God. Anyway, this volume goes into more of Dominique's backstory, which is so tragic, but I'm not surprised. I've been hurt before. I've read the entirety of Pandora Hearts, which is the author's previous work. All right, so let's move on to something more fluffy. I picked up the last volume of Kiss Me at the Stroke of Midnight here, which is definitely the thickest of all 12 volumes. With the ending though, I do feel like there's some stuff about the main guy's past that didn't get quite cleared up, but overall it is very much a Cinderella and also like a happy ending kind of situation. So this is good if you just want a very, very fluffy shoujo. Next, I have volume 27 of D. Gray Man. I have no idea what's going on in D. Gray Man anymore. This is a very classic shonen. I think not a lot of people check it out anymore because it is a long series. It's still ongoing and it is a very slow release, but at least it actually releases. Last, I have a brand new series. So this series is called From the Red Fog. It's being released by Yen Press, and this series is it's just crazy. The main character, Rwanda, who is featured on the cover here, is not only the child of a serial killer, but he finds himself becoming a serial killer. It explores his childhood. It kind of explains how he became the way he is. Similar to Moriarty though, this is rated as older teen. I really think it should have been rated mature. It's funny because like this is Yen Press, they're rating it older teen. And then with something like Moriarty, which is by Fizz Media, they rated older teen. They have very mature topics in them. Like Moriarty, this takes place in the 1800s in England. And once again, makes me wonder, are you just telling me that everybody in England, specifically London, is just running around murdering people? Is that what happened? Because that's what it feels like in a series like this. And in a series like Moriarty, it's like everybody's just a criminal, aren't they? The funniest thing to me in this manga volume is that at the very end, there's a section that says, murder is a crime, and Rwanda is a fictional character. Good boys and girls should not view him as a role model. But what I like about this is that it is fascinating to watch him be the way he is. It's interesting to explore what made him this way and also the inner workings of his mind. But yeah, not for the faint of heart, but once again, would recommend for fans of true crime. Instead of solving crime though, you are following a criminal mind. So either you could pick up this, which also takes place in 1800s Great Britain, following a guy who is a criminal, or you could do the same thing with Moriarty, who explores a guy who both causes crime, solves crime, but is also causing crime for the greater good of Great Britain. Whereas this guy is more of, nah, I just want to get rid of people. Alright guys, that's everything from this haul. I hope you enjoyed what you saw, maybe discovered some series that you've never heard of before that you can check out. Let me know which ones are your favorites. I will be doing another manga haul video soon, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!